Hello, Namaskar all. Again, this is Durga Prasad Adhikary. Again, I am here with a new series of MUMUKSHU, and today we will discuss the topic of Jainism. Jainism, basically, we can say that this is the second topic from Indian philosophy, and basically, as we know, that this is a Nastika school. Nastika means heterodox. Heterodox, it means it do not believes in the authority of the Vedas. And again, it is also a school of relativistic pluralism and also realistic. That is realistic and relativistic pluralism. Why, we will see later. So basically, when we are starting with Jainism, we must know what are all the sources of knowledge that Jainism believes. Because yesterday we discussed that the Charvak only believes in the perception as the only form of knowledge. That is pratyaksham evam ekam pramanam. We had discussed yesterday. That is for Charvak. However, Jainism believes in three sources of knowledge. That is perception, inference, and testimony. So perception is pratyaksh, inference is inference is anuman, and testimony is sabda. So now this is another term that I have written over here. You must know that the Jina means conqueror, and Jainism is a religion, a form of philosophical thought that tries to make a man a conqueror. Conqueror of what? Conqueror of over his own self, so that he may be freed from this bondage and may attain liberation. So from Jina, Jainism has come. So now we will discuss what all this is the epistemological thing, that knowledge. How do Jainism defines various forms of knowledge? So Jainism says that knowledge, what we have, that what we say, the general terms that we occur in everyday world, they are all nayas. It is not nyaya, it is naya. So naya, that is a partial knowledge, because for them they believe that every object has infinite number of qualities and attributes. So whatever we know about an object, it is only partial. So they say that we have what we say, that the knowledge of thing and relation is partial. That's why they are naya, and they have divided into two types, that is arthaneya and sabdaneya. Arthaneya is something that is related to the object or meaning, and shabdaneya is related to the word. However, when we try to assert the neya as the absolute thing, we what we get is durniti, because durniti is absolute assertion. Because when we try to say that this is the only correct thing, that is durniti. Because what Jainism says that for example, this is an object. For example, this is an object, and if you are looking it from this side, you will only see this part. You will not be aware of all the parts over here. So Jainism says that you are only able to see one part of the object. So for example, when you are seeing any reality also, you are only seeing one part of the reality and not all the aspects. That's why Jainism says that whatever knowledge we have of any of the object is limited, because we ourselves are limited. That's why it is Neya. And the fallacy associated with Neya is Neyabhas. So what exactly is Praman? Praman is knowledge of the thing as it is. So that is Neya when qualified by Syat. Syat means maybe you can say that. So basically, when we are saying that, when if I want to say about this object itself, that what it is, I will say that it is a cuboid, but I am not aware of all the other things that are associated with it, because I am limited. So I will say that maybe this is cuboid. This makes my knowledge as Praman. So Neya when qualified by Syat, it becomes Praman, and Praman is accepted as a valid source of knowledge. Now let us discuss some of the qualities of the religion of Jaina. So what Jainism is actually, you can see it is a very Catholic religion and tolerant. Catholic here, don't relate it with the Christianity as such. Basically the religions which are tolerant, they are called Catholic. So Jainism is Catholic, because you can see that it says that my viewpoint is not the only viewpoint that is correct. It says that I only know a partial thing of the reality. What you know is only also a partial thing of the reality. So what I say is not the actual correct thing, or what you say is not the actual correct thing. Rather, they only describe one part of the things. So this leads to tolerance, because I will respect your viewpoint and you will respect my viewpoint, because we both are not absolute. So this makes the religion very broad-minded as well. And further, this is again what we've discussed. This is common sense realism. What exactly is realism? Realism means that they say that the objects that we see and the objects over in the world are real, and they are not a figment of our imagination. Because what we'll see that in Shankaracharya says that Brahma Satyam Jagat Mithya. He says that this Jagat is Mithya, because this is born out of the Maya. But however, Jainism says these things are real. They believe in realism. That's why this school is realistic. And further, this is relativistic pluralism. Why relativistic pluralism? Because relativistic means, as we have discussed, that what they believe, that my thing is not the only thing. That means there is a thing of relativity. My opinion is relative to yours. That's why there is relativistic and pluralism, because they believe in plural number of realistic entities. We will discuss jivas over in later part. So now, as we had also yesterday discussed, there are 2 to 3 elements of any philosophical system that we will discuss. One is metaphysical and the other is epistemological. So now here the metaphysical thing is Anekantavada, that the theory of manyness. Theory of manyness, it means that I cannot say that this is the only thing. I cannot say that there is only one thing. However, there are many number of things which are independently real. That's why the system is Anekantavada. And the very logical outcome of it in epistemological sense is Syadvada. Syadvada, it means that theory of, that you don't say that my knowledge is the only knowledge. It is the theory of relativity of knowledge. And that this is not skepticism, nor agnosticism, and not speculative. This is only a thing of relativity. It is not probabilistic also, because we will come across that many criticize that whatever Jainas are saying, they are only relative, like the probabilistic thing. But however, Jainas refute that no, we are not talking about probability. Rather, we are saying that we suffer from a deficiency, that we see the things in limitedness. That's why what we are telling is only of relativity. So again, they say that Ananta Dharma Kama Vastuhu. Ananta Dharma Kama Vastu. This means every object has many number of qualities. This is one sloka you can remember. Now you can see that to define, now again we will see that every philosophical system defines what all the substances, what exactly is real. So the Jaina system is substance is dravya. Substance, we will also know that substance has various meanings, like which exists for itself and in itself. We will come across that in Rene Descartes in Western philosophy. However, here the substance is called dravya. So now this is because I'm assuming that you all are well read in Jainism, and this is only a quick revision thing. So now there are 2 types of dravya. One is extended, that is astikaya, and just a minute. One is extended, that is astikaya, and another is not non-extended, that is anastikaya. Anastikaya is time. Time is anastikaya dravya. For in extended, there are 2 types of again subdivisions. That one is jiva, that is self, and another is ajiva, that is not self. They are non-living. So living and non-living. In non-living, we have these 4 categories. That is, the motion is dharma, rest is adharma. These are related to mobility and not the Hinduistic terminologies of dharma and adharma, what we discussed yesterday. The third part is of ajiva is space, that is akasha. And akasha here is again divided into 2 types, that is lokakasha and alokakasha. Lokakasha is the space, akasha, where the world is there. And alokakasha is beyond this world, the space that is beyond this world. And the another is matter, that is pudgala. Pudgala is very important thing, because we will later see that it is the karma pudgala that leads to bondage of the jiva. So why pudgala? If you will define pudgala, that is purayanti galanti cha. That means what is capable of integration and disintegration is pudgala. So these are all the things. Now we come to jiva. Jiva is further divided into 2 types, that is liberated and that is mukta, and bound, that is baddha. So liberated is, again you will see the distinction. They are differentiated into sayogi kevalin and ayogi kevalin. Sayogi means with body, ayogi means without body. Now the baddha types are divided into again 2 types, that is the moving living bodies and the static or immobile bodies. So moving are called trasa, static are called sthavara. The stavaras are the most imperfect bodies. They are earth, fire, water, air, and plants. However, the trasa, and they have only one sense organ, that is of the touch. However, in the moving ones, they are further divided into 4 types. The man has 5 sense organs, bees have 4 sense organs, ants have 3 sense organs, and worms have 2 sense organs. This is one part of Jainism. Now we'll see that they again say that if you go to Pudgala, they say that it is made up of atoms. That's where which combine to form the bodies. And here again comes the term of Sanghat, that is Sanghatvad. Then another thing, what you will see, that what I want to go, I'll just a minute, be with me. So now we have to define what exactly is Dravya. Dravya, we have seen the classification of Dravya, but we have to see what exactly is Dravya. So Dravya, what Jainism says, that each Dravya has two types of things. One is essential qualities, another is accidental qualities. For example, just take an analogy for me. If I am Durga Prasad, the essential quality in me is the consciousness that maybe my body is changing. When I was 1 year old, my weight maybe 4 to 5 kgs, and now I'm more than now I'm around 50 to 60 kgs. Weight is changing, body has changed, everything has changed. Yet the consciousness is Durga Prasad. So Durga Prasad is the essential element of mine, and the change of my body are the accidental qualities because they are transient, they are changing. So for every substance, this is just an analogy. Don't quote it in the exam. I'm just giving you an analogy. So what Jainism says that for every dravya is made up of guna and paryaya. Guna paryayava dravyam. This is another sloka that we have to remember. Here I have written that. So that means guna is attribute and paryaya is mode. Guna is the essential qualities and mode is the accidental qualities. They are permanent. This is transient. And if a thing is transient, it is subjected to origination and decay. That's why it is said that. So if you'll see that for Jainism, the whole Jainism school of Dravya is based on three things, that is permanence, origin and decay. These three elements characterize the reality. That's why it is said, this sloka again we will come, this we have discussed already, Utpada Vyaya Drovya Samyuktam Sat. That means Utpada means production, origin, Vyaya means decay, Drovya means permanence, and Samyuktam, when all these things are combined, it is Sat, that is reality. So you will see that everything has two parts to it. One of the thing is permanent, one thing is temporary. For me, my consciousness is permanent, and the changing body, my changing pain, pleasure and all those things are temporary. So this is one is guna and another is paryaya. So the consciousness of jiva is permanent, that is guna, and pain and pleasure are transient, that is paryaya. So here this is the very most important part of Jainism, because here you will see that we have discussed that the dravya is subjected to origin, decay and permanence. These three are the most important things. So if you will relate it with Buddhism, Buddhism says that nothing is permanent in the world and everything is momentary, that is subjected to change. So they bring this concept of Kshanikvad. However, on the other side, Vedantin, specifically Sankaracharya, says that reality, only that is real, that is Sat, that is Nitya or absolutely unchanging. If I'll say, Sankaracharya says, Yad Jagra Swapna Susupti Avaiti Nityam, that which stays real in the states of Susupti, Jagar and Supti, and also it states that whatever stays in all three periods of time, that is Bhut, Bhavishya and Vartaman, that is real. So here they bring the concept of Nityavad. So you can see that however Jainism tries to reconcile both of them. They have all the three elements, that is origin, decay and permanence. Whereas Buddhism only says about origin and decay, and Vedantin say about permanence. So here they have reconciled this viewpoint. That's why this is called Anekantavada, because everything that you see is real. It has some real components and some of the changing components. So change and permanence both are real. This is what Jainism says. When you view a substance from the mode's point of view, it is changing. What is modes? Mode is the paryaya. When you view a substance from the guna, that is the essential qualities point of view, it is permanent. And here they are what trying to do. So the Jainism dislike what the Sankaracharya and Buddhism say that this is the only thing. That is Buddhism says that Kshanikvad is the correct thing, and Sankaracharya says that Ekantavada, that Nityavad is the correct thing. Sankaracharya or Vedantin. However, Jainism says that whatever you are trying to proclaim that only this thing is correct, this is wrong, because Jainism believes in Syadvada. That's why they are here trying to oppose the fallacy of exclusive predication, that is Ekantavad, committed by Buddhism and Vedantis. Ekantavad means the point of view that my point of view is the correct thing. So now again coming back to Jiva. Here we will go into the discussions on what exactly is Jiva and how does it goes into the bondage and liberation. Because you must be aware that each philosophical system tries to address the point of view that how a jiva gets into bondage and how it will get liberation. Because at the end, the goal of the philosophical schools is to make the jiva realize that it is bound and it must realize its true potential. So now you can see that a jiva in its pure and pristine form is composed of four qualities, that is Ananta Chatushtaya. One is Ananta Darshan, that it has infinite faith. It has Ananta Jnana, that is infinite knowledge. Please add infinite over every word. Ananta Ananda, it is infinite bliss, and Ananta Virya, that is infinite power. So what happens? The jiva is all those things in all its pure forms. when it is pristine and it is not in bondage. Now we'll see what exactly is jiva. Jiva, we have discussed that it is the extended conscious dravya or substance. It is similar to, please see, these are the interlinkages with the Western and Indian philosophy. You have to write this so as to get additional marks, that it is similar to monads of Leibniz, Purusha of Sankhya, and self of Ramanuja. And further, it is qualitatively alike but quantitatively different. Why qualitatively alike and quantitatively different? Because every jiva has consciousness, but however the level of consciousness is different based on the level of bondage they are in. And as there are many, that's why it is pluralistic school of thought. And because you must be knowing that Leibniz also says monads are many, infinite, in fact, Purusha of Sankhya and self of Ramanuja, similar to that. And in fact, the jiva consciousness is the essence of the jiva, and it is not an accidental property, rather it is the guna of the jiva, and it is extended. We have discussed that it is astikaya. I am again using the terminologies so that you can relate it well. It is astikaya. However, this astikaya is not exactly like matter, but it is like the light that fills the space with many other without conflict. For example, if you will see that if there is if this is the room, the light simultaneously fills all the spaces and it is not contradicted by many. So the jiva over here is also, the jiva is a co-extensive with the body. That means each part of my body has jiva. It is not like the general belief that the soul is in the heart. Rather, it says that it is like the light that fills the whole of the body. You cannot say that this part of the body does not have the soul. So this is coextensive with body. Now let us discuss how it comes into bondage. So you will see that there is a beginningless ignorance. This is something that you will find across almost all the schools of Indian philosophy, and you cannot know the reason why this ignorance came. That's why it is better to accept them as beginningless ignorance. In this case, the jiva, due to ignorance, jiva loses faith in the Tirthangara, and the moment it loses faith in the Tirthangara, what happens? In original form, it has Ananta Chatushtay, but it gradually loses them because it loses faith in the Tirthangara and is now subjected to various the passions and all those things, which leads to its bondage. Now you will see that it is subjected to kasayas. Kasaya has very important role in Jainism. You must be knowing it. So it is subjected to kasaya. Kasaya are 4 types, that is anger, greed, pride, and delusion, and they are like sticky substance. And what happens when they are sticky substances, when it is subjected to kasaya, they are sticky substance, the karmic particles or the karma pudgala, I have reminded you that karma pudgala is going to play a very important role in the previous slide. So the karma pudgala or the karmic particle flow are attracted by the kasaya, and due to which they feel the sensations. Now the flow of the karmic karma pudgala to the jiva is called the asrava. Asrava is very important. You must remember it. It has 42 points. One is bhava asrava, and another is dravya asrava. Now, before explaining the below line, I must tell you what exactly is bhava asrava and dravya asrava like. For example, this karma pudgalas sticks like dust particles. When we massage our body with oil and we go to a dusty area, just in the way that the dust gets attached to our skin, which is massaged with oil, in the similar way the karma pudgala gets attached with the jiva. So the oil massage is the bhava asrava, and sticking of the dust particles is the dravya asrava. They are analogous. So in the similar way, you will see that without oil and without the dust, that means without in the absence of one, the sticking of the dust on the surface of the body is not possible. That's why both are needed. So here you can see that again coming back, that bhava asrava, this is changes in bhav before entrance, just like we are putting the oil, and dravya asrava changes after the entrance, that is sticking of the particles after oil massage. They are all analogies. You can use them as analogies, but don't say that oil sticking of dust to the oil, this is bondage. Okay. Next, the thing comes, and once they are stuck, that is what the jiva comes under is bondage, and that is bandhan. That is the union of soul with matter. What matter? It is karma pudgal. And here you can see that interpenetration is like water and milk. You cannot differentiate which one is jiva and which one is karma pudgala. They are interpenetrating like water and milk. You cannot separate water from milk by mere things. So hence consciousness is in every part of the body. That's what we discussed earlier, that it is coextensive with the bodies. Now the point is, how do you get out of it? You can get out of it using the Triratna, that is right faith, right knowledge, and right conduct. That is Samyak Darshan, Samyak Gyan, and Samyak Charitra. So the moment you have faith on the Tirthankaras and its knowledges, you will get the right knowledge, that is the Samyak Gyan, that is the Keval Gyan. Keval Gyan, you will pave the path for the right knowledge, which will ultimately lead you to Keval Gyan, and this will also lead you to right conduct, that is Samyak Charitra. Samyak Charitra involves the Panch Mahavratas and Anuvratas that we will discuss later. So the easy way to remember this Triratna is KFC. However, the order in which it comes is faith, knowledge, and conduct, but you can remember them as KFC, that is knowledge, faith, and conduct. So again, after this, the another thing that comes, that once you are into the Triratna, once you are initiated into the Triratna, once you are on the path of liberation, what happens now? Now the dust particles are coming and sticking to your body. The first thing that you need to do, for example, if you are in a dusty area and you have had an oil massage and the dust particles are sticking to you, what you will do to remove the dust particles from your body? First, you have to stop the additional dust particles that are coming to your body, and then once you have stopped that, then you have to remove the already existing dust particles on your body. So in a similar manner, the karmic particle, so at first thing we have to stop the flow of the karmic particle, and that is the coming or influx of the karmic particles. This is the samvara, or the stoppage. Then we have to do the nirjara, that we have to take out all the dust particles that are accumulated in our body. So in the similar manner, we have to take out all the karmic pudgalas that have attached themselves with the jiva already existing. We have to exhaust all the already existing karmic pudgalas, and after that what we get is moksha, that is kaivalya, that is omniscience, and the jiva regains its ananta chatushtaya. What exactly is ananta chatushtaya? We have discussed over here, that is ananta darshan, ananta gyan, ananta ananda, and ananta virya. So after that, what happens? The jiva goes to Siddhasila. Siddhasila is on the top of the wall, where all the liberated souls get the stay over there. That is the what else you know, they stay over there after getting liberation. Now there is another part that we have to discuss. What exactly is the Panch Mahavratas? Panch Mahavrata is the for ascetics. Panch Mahavrata is for the ascetics, and Anuvratas are the minor vows. Vrata means vows. So Panch Mahavratas, the 5 great vows, are for the ascetics, and Anuvratas are for the households. The 5 Panch Mahavratas are Ahimsa, that is non-violence, Satya, truth, Asteya, non-stealing, Brahmacharya, chastity, Aparigraha, non-possession. You can use them in your ethics as well. And the similar ones are used with little modifications. Rather, their intensity is reduced for the household, because they cannot do it all those things. Now, again another thing is that the karma that can be done are also of 2 types, that is ghatya karma and aghatya karma. What exactly is ghatya? Ghatya means harming, aghatya means non-harming. For example, if I am over here, I am talking to you, there is natural that I will feel the pain. If I am sitting here for a long period of time, it is natural that my leg will get pained. But would that affect my knowledge level? No. So this is non-harming to my consciousness. So this is an example similar. You can feel this analogy like aghatya karma. But however, ghatya karma is that if I will go inside the path of robbery, stealing, and all those things, and I will lead my consciousness into negative things, then it will definitely affect on my path of liberation. This is ghatya karma. So here you can see that ghatya karma directly affects the soul powers by impeding its perception, knowledge, and energy, and also brings about delusion. However, aghatya karma don't affect the soul directly, rather they have effect on the body that houses the soul, because body is also subjected to changes over a period of time. So there are 4 types of ghatya karma, that is jnana varaniya. You can use over here jnana varaniya, you can put a over here, varaniya, it's jnana varaniya ghatya karma, that is knowledge obscured. If the karma is obscuring your knowledge, that is, it is not leading you to right knowledge, it is jnana varaniya. Then it is darshana varaniya. If it is perception obscuring, then again it is mohaniya, deluding, it takes you to wrong path. And another is antaraya, that is the obstructing type of karma, that is due to all those karmas you are not able to give the donations, not able to perform the penance, that is antaraya. They have an effect on your path of liberation. However, the aghatya karma don't have any effect directly on your path of liberation, rather they are subjected to your body. Like the first is ayu karma. Ayu karma, it determines your lifespan. Nama karma, it determines your body. And gotra karma, it determines your status in the society. And vedaniya karma, they are the feeling producing karmas, like the general pain or pleasures. Like for example, if a thorn gets inside my feet, I will feel pain. So that is vedaniya. So here again, the ghatya karma, once you destroy all your ghatya karmas, then your path to liberation gets ascertained, and once you've destroyed everything, exhausted every ghati karma, then you will get what? The Kevala Jnana. And with the Kevala Jnana, you become Sayogi Kevalin. However, still there are some aghatya karma, and once you, after destruction of this ghati karma, once you exhaust all the aghatya karma as well, what you will get is moksha. That is, you become a yogi kevalin. That means you will leave your body and you will go to siddha sila. So this is again something. Now there is another thing, that is 14 gunasthanas. This is something I feel it will come nearly, maybe it is bound to come in a few years, because seeing the these things. So 14 gunasthanas. Gunasthanas are, it is the journey, it is like the 14 steps that a normal man who is living in a life of ignorance, till he attains the nirvana, not nirvana, kevalya gyan, that is the moksha of the Jainism. So here you can see that here the starting is mithyatva gunasthan. You don't have to remember all the 14 names, rather you must remember, maybe if you will remember only the first name, you can remember these are all the 14 steps. You must know that gunasthan are of 14 stages, and the first is maybe the ignorance, that is mithyatva gunasthan, and till the stage of the 1 to 4, the stage 1 to 4 is on the belief of, is on the basis of right belief, that is rationality and perception. And beyond, from 5 to 14, it is more about conduct, because once you have changed your belief system, then the change in your conduct will come. So from 1 to 4 it is belief in rationality and perception, and 5 to 14 is conduct. So by Anuvratas, that is the household things, you can go till 5th level. However, after 5 you need to be doing all the Mahavratas. The Mahavrata, what we discussed earlier. Anuvratas cannot take you to 14th gunasthan, that is. And you can see, also remember, the first is this thing, mithyatva gunasthan, and the 13th stage is sayogi kevalin, and the 14th is ayogi kevalin. Here you can see the siddha sila. Siddha sila is the state of perfection. So this is all the things. Here it is saying that even in the 11th stage, there is a chance that you will fall back to mithyatva gunasthan. You may have to start back. So you must be very careful while you are moving on this path. So this is the gunasthan. Now these are all the things. There may be some one or more, two concepts more, which I am not able to put it in here. You may check in your own notebooks. I am again saying this is not a substitute to your notebooks or your reading books. Rather, it is a quick revision wherein you are discussing Jainism in a very threadbare level, involving all the nitty-gritties. So now again the question comes that what about the criticisms? So the criticism, I expect that you can read it by yourself, because there are very few criticisms. You can see there is one more concept that you must be knowing. What we have discussed, that ne, there are Jainism proposes saptabhangi ne. Saptabhangi ne is a very important thing. It can come as direct question. So for the example, what we have discussed, that this is ne, and when you are putting the word syat, that is maybe, here you are making it praman, a source of knowledge. So this is syat asti, syat nasti. Syat asti means this exists, and syat nasti means this does not exist. Syat asti nasti means this exists as well as not exist. And syat avyaktam is like this is like indescribable, and it is a very important step, because here it says that everything cannot be expressed in either true or false. Rather, there are some things which cannot be described. And again these three are formed out of combinations of ever four. So ne is the analytic element here. The ne is analytical element. When the syat is the synthetic element of saptabhangi ne. So basically these are all the things, and there are some minor criticisms of Jainism as well, which you will read. Like for example, some say it is probabilistic theory. However, Jainism denies that it is not probabilistic, rather it is relativistic theory. Shankaracharya says that when you are saying something is relative, that means it automatically assumes that there is an absolute to it. So this is one criticism. Another criticism is that while you are saying that all knowledge are relative, yet you are claiming that the Kevala Jnana is absolute. This is again, you are going away from your own theory, and you are claiming that Kevala Jnana is absolute, but everything else is but you are saying that everything in this world is what we perceive is limited. So this is another criticism. Then another criticism is that while you are proclaiming about Syadvada, while you are proclaiming that everything is partial, but you are claiming that Anekantavada and Syadvada are the main concepts or the only concepts. So these are all criticisms that are there. I feel that you will read it on your own. I must say, and don't remember many, maybe 3-4 would be fine for writing the answers, because nowadays I don't feel that they will ask you directly. Now the another thing that we have seen, that is the Tattvartha theory. Tattvartha theory is that if the whole of the Jainism systems can be composed of 7 tattvas, and these 7 tattvas are Jiva, Ajiva, Asrava, Baddha, Samvara, Nirjara and Moksha. So this is Tattvartha theory. This is it means the compromise, the Jainism theory. Sorry, I said Buddhism. What? No, it is, everything I am talking about is Jainism. So Tattva theory, it says that when these 7 tattvas comprise the whole philosophical system of Jainism. Now comes the important part, that how you will use it in the paper 2. Paper 2. How it is important in paper 2. So the first thing you can use over here is Syadvada. Syadvada teaches us tolerance, respect for other viewpoints. So respect for other viewpoints. So here in this world where we are mad with violence and all these things, Syadvada tells us a way out, that where we are mad with religious exclusivism, that one says that this is the only true religion. So here the Jainism can offer a way out, that no, what you are saying is the only part of the reality, and what I am saying is the only part of the reality. However, the whole object we don't know as such. So it promotes a sense of respect for others. So Jainism will do that. For example, wherever there is extreme cases of extremism, you can use that here. Then the other part is when you are trying to make yourself a very ethical being, you can use the Panch Mahavratas and Anuvratas. And for all other things, you can also say. And Jainism also talks about Anekantavada also, which means that everything is real. So that's why you must be aware that the Jainas don't eat, as far as I know, please pardon me if I am telling something wrong, that they don't eat anything that is below the ground, or and while they walk also, they wear a mask over their face, and while they walk also, they try to fly out all the ants that are there on the region, so that they will not even walk on them. So they have immense what you say, a compassion for all the living beings and non-living beings as well, because they feel that everything has a part of life in it. So everything is real. So something like that. Many things have part of life on it. So many things are real. Not everything, because we have seen that not all things have life. Ajiva is also there. But what I am trying to say that by Anekantavada, it says us to value the dignity of life in each and every life form, starting from the ant itself. They are not crushing the ant, rather they are trying to make it live, so that it can live for longer, and they will not crush it under their feet. So these are all the things. There are many other applications also. You can take out applications for many of the parts. These are the main ones. So this is all what I wanted to discuss about Jainism. Please read the criticism part. And there are something like the immediate knowledge, like the Paroksha and Aparaksha Jnana. However, I don't feel they will come as such in the exam. But however, I will advise you to read if you can read. And that's it from my side. Thank you all. Please tell me what all I need to add over here, or what all feedbacks that I needed. If I'm speaking it very fast or very slow, or any other thing that you want me to add. And basically, again, I'm repeating, this is not something a substitute to the class notes. Rather, it is an addition to that. Rather, it is a complement to that. Rather, it is a quick revision of that. So which will help you in revising the subject very quickly and have a broad overview. Thank you again, and thanks a lot for being there. And namaste. Namaste. If you have any suggestion, feedback, or any correction as such, you can please mail me. Thank you. Namaste.